Okay, so when we start a recruiting interview, if they don't have their cameras on, I'll say, "Hey, listen, Kyla, the moment you're ready to turn on your cameras, the moment we're ready to get started." And
Yep,
if they
I'm
don't
working on it
respond,
right now. I'm trying to get
oh,
my camera on.
okay, I got you. So let's say they don't respond. I say, "Listen, the moment we start, we're gonna have to go ahead and bump you out because I don't speak to pictures."
I feel
So
you.
we take our business, guys. We're taking not, we are taking our business very, very seriously. Okay.
Yeah.
So before we do that, I got a big announcement. You ready?
Ready.
And I'm not gonna be Christian David, okay, but I'm gonna be a little Christian David for this one moment, okay? And I'm gonna share this with you. This is our next speaker.
Mm.
Right? Wait, can you see it?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Pimentel.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I talked to him yesterday. He was $16,000 away to cross over the million. I said,
Mm.
Henry, man, you're gonna make this thing in December. He's in the Dominican Republic with his top 13 producers. He goes, I don't know how this happened because my producers left
Mm.
and they put us over. So he made 25,000 last night, and this
Wow.
is our next speaker. This is our
Wow.
next speaker, $1 million earner. Okay, he's
Wow.
been around. He's not a new cat. He's been around for a long time. And the reason why I wanted to share this good news with you guys is because this is our next speaker. And I'm going to tell you something. I was talking to Jay before this call.
Hey, Jay, what you said is he's not new. He's not. People take 40 years, their whole lifetime, they never see $1 million.
No.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
You know what I
if
mean?
you may,
How, you can work all your life
Mm-hmm.
and won't see an income of $1 million.
True.
You
so
won't
So
see
you,
a
so
$100,000 for most people.
yeah,
yeah.
man, that's freaking so big.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Oh
so
man.
so the reason why I'm sharing this is because Tony, you're right. Like let's say you won $1 million in the lottery. Guys, I hope you're paying attention, right? Christian, I always keep my notebook in front of me, my notes and everything, but I hope you're paying attention because what you're going to see from our base shop, you're going to see a transformation like never before. I literally, I've been dormant for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. After COVID, I've been dormant, just collecting bonus checks. That's it. That didn't do anything for Jay and Dom. That didn't do anything for Kyla or
Mm-hmm.
any of our other leaders like Yvette, right? And so, and let me tell you what's going to happen. Okay. I'm a mind reader. Okay. All right. So here's what's going to happen in this hierarchy with these events that are coming up. Okay. If you're not recruiting and building and training districts, um, you're going to be left behind because the quality of people that we're bringing to our event. Okay. Like I called Henry this morning, guys. This is one of my best friends. Okay. I called him this morning, like around 8 a.m., crying for him. And he goes, bro, I'm numbed. He's in the Dominican Republic still, chilling in the Caribbean, right? Um, and he goes, I'm no, I said, bro, I'm crying, and it's not even me. I'm so happy for you. I'm so grateful for you and your family, and Viviana and your kids. He did this, guys, while his daughter has stage 4 breast cancer, still struggling with it. She's
And
only
what was his
20.
background is?
I'm
Who
gonna
was
cover
it?
that. I'm gonna tell you right now. His daughter's only 28 years old, so he's
Yeah.
been back and forth in Vita, back and forth Arizona. Right, spent $100,000 in 1 week trying to get his daughter the best treatment possible. As he's doing that, because he recruits and builds and trains district, he has a hierarchy. Listen, Listen, he has a hierarchy, he has districts. He's able to stay there with his daughter and have the money to take care of her. You can't do that focusing on one product in our business.
Right.
So he's our next speaker. I'm going to challenge you. His story is incredible. I'm not going to say the whole story, but I'm going to tell you one part of the story that he took a raft from Dominican Republic with his mom alone trying to go to Puerto Rico to escape poverty in the Dominican Republic.
Wow.
His mom died during the journey, and he's a 14-year-old in a foreign land. Somehow he makes it to America, New York, becomes a truck driver, does not, I mean, is really broken. Didn't speak a lick of English when he joined Promerica. Not a single word.
Wow.
A truck driver, a single word, got his legal status, and he holds all the records in New York. District leader, 50,000. Division leader, 60,000. Regional leader, 100,000.
This guy's a double stud.
I mean, this guy, and not only that, but I'm going to share this with you guys because this is why I'm going to focus, Matt, let me stop sharing. This is why I'm going to focus today on recruiting the right people. We've been recruiting people for a long time, but we haven't been recruiting the right people. So I'm going to share my screen real quick, and I'm going to paint the picture why. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to say this: you're a double dumb idiot if you don't put your people in front of this guy. Oh, I'm going to be there. I don't care. I'm going to be there. But can I have 100 people listening to this guy? And he's not going to talk about anything else but what he's going to talk about: strategies, business, right? I'm being coached up right now by Frank Dillon. Okay. I'm being coached up. I spend an hour every Tuesday with him at 2 o'clock from 2 to 3. It's me and Frank. He said, I'll help. And listen, the reason why our base shop is because I haven't even told Jay and Dom. I'm actually going to release it on Saturday. What we're going to be doing, the little subtle changes. I showed Kyla. And look at some of the little subtle changes that we got going on right now that is perfecting our system. Okay. But I'm going to share this with you real quick. Okay. And I hope you pay attention. So this was Henry Pimentel. So through third, he did 253,000, helped 300 families in the toughest city to get a license in, folks. New York City is a hot mess.
Filling
It's
out an
such a
application in New York is a disaster.
It's 36 freaking pages
Bro,
long.
you gotta ask for the social like 5 times. You gotta know their whole how much money they make, it's ridiculous.
And then if you're going to replace an IUL, they got to actually wait until the agent contact back the client and try to defend his product.
Wow.
It's
Really?
such a hot, well, yeah, it's such a hot mess city that they have their own life insurance company called National Benefit Life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this guy did it in one of the toughest cities in the country. Okay. And look what he did last month. And the reason why I wasn't going to plan to do this, but you know, the fact that he crossed over last month, look at his base shop, $171,000 in premium in his base shop.
Wow.
Okay. Look at this. This is a guy, you won't understand it. You might need a translator, but he made $131,000 in November.
Wow.
We understand that.
Good grief.
Sheesh.
For a long time, Glennis
Sitting in
Yamada
Dominican
were,
Republic, huh?
hey, listen, and I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this, guys, because this is recruiting. I'm gonna show you this. This time last year, no, the year before, so 2 years ago, him and I, we talk like almost every week, right? We talk, man, Ace, man, I'm struggling. I'm gonna say, what are you talking about, bro? You're at 700,000. Yeah, man, but my base shop is at 30,000, bro. Man, it's at 30,000. I said, bro, I mean, and then this is my mindset. Shoot, I wish I was at 30,000. 30,000 for him was like struggling.
Peanuts.
I'm like struggling. This is nothing. This is a sale a day. Now they're anyway. You see that? So here's why. Now I got a peanut hierarchy, but at least I have a hierarchy, right? So I'm going to show you something why this is recruiting is important, right? So in our organization, our hierarchy recruited 151 people last month. So we've always been an organization that is all about recruiting But then we switch it to recruiting, to licensing. We switch it to recruiting and training, and license, and then developing districts, right? And then our hierarchy helped almost 200 families last month.
Let's go.
Now, listen. The reason why I'm saying that, guys, it's not because, yeah, I only made 21 grand, but I didn't have to do diddly squat for it. Prince, you're right. It's great. You're going out there, you're writing securities. That's awesome. Listen, Anita's writing a lot of securities, right? It's okay. I want the part where if I leave for a week, I know, which I will in December, um, I know we still have income coming in regardless.
Right.
So I'm going to talk to you guys about the recruiting aspect. Matt, can you spotlight me, Jay, and Kyla real quick?
Yes, sir.
And again, shout out to the rest of the team. You know, I know Yvette did over 4,000 personal. She's making her recruiting uh, numbers. You know, I know she's focusing on recruiting. She's had people showing up. You know, it's probably one of the most loyal people I've ever had in my business, and I can't wait to see Yvette just rock it out and make that money. So
Add
so
her,
so
too.
let me ask you this, guys. So the first thing, guys, we're going to talk about is um let me just I'm gonna ask guys, they're not I didn't even tell them I wasn't gonna ask them questions, okay? So which is awesome, which means they're gonna tell you the truth.
I like that.
Okay, so first, here's some of the adjustments we're making to be able to get effectively people up and running, and I'm gonna explain why recruiting on Saturday, not today, but why recruiting 1 through 40, that's our topic on Saturday, 1 through 40, why that is so important. And like I explained yesterday, listen, Jay and Damo came from the warm market. Kyla came from the warm market. Yvette came from the warm market. I didn't co-prospect them. As a matter of fact, Dominique's friend from high school was my goddaughter. Her mom used to be a recruit in the business a long time ago, and I recruited a daughter. But guess what I started doing? I need you to put 5 or 6 people in front of me as quickly as possible. And then Jay brought one of his high school buddies, David Rodriguez. And guess what Jay did? He repeated the same thing. Hey, I need you to put 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 people of the hottest people you know. Kyla came in. Are you with me? So you might think like these guys understand the strategy. So number one, here's a small adjustment we made, guys, in our recruiting process. I was telling this to Matt this morning. Number one, I don't add 10 slides to my video. Okay. I saw a presentation I downloaded from LFIC, and I'm like, the hell, who needs a video if you're going to present 15 pages after that? Most people think that the more information I give you, the better decision you're going to make. No, they got to see that you're going somewhere. We have a specific, okay. And so Kyla, Jay, get ready
Mhm.
about prospecting and things like that. But I'm going to tell you one of the things that my attitude, Matt, is when I sit with somebody and I'm recruiting, right? We're already, I think, at 4 recruits this month, 600 premium. And I told my wife, she was like, wait, what? We left $2,000 on the table in bonus. I said, I don't care. I'm not fighting for one little bonus anymore. I'm not doing that. I got to fight for Jay to go out, Kyla to go out, Yvette to go out as quickly as possible. And Jay and I we're gonna have a business meeting about what it means to be an RVP. Like Jay, you got to think about office rent, right? You got to think about a personal assistant. Yvette will tell you I've always had a personal assistant because I ain't messing with QBI. I'm not messing with follow up with clients. You're going to take care of that, not me, my assistant. I still have one. We're actually having a meeting with her today to debrief her. But so the point here, listen,
Really quickly,
here's
what you just said is putting your 80% on somebody else so that you can focus on your 20%, right? What's more important, following up with clients, doing all that extra back work, log in, all that stuff. No, that's not important. So you got somebody else to do it so that you can focus on training your team and running the play.
That's exactly right. So she's quoting 10x is easier, 2x is easier than 10x, where you spend eight at, if you have, okay, okay, let me just get to the point, okay? But Kyla, you're absolutely right. So the book talks about if you're like an interior decorator, right? And you have a very wealthy, nice big home, you're going to have specific taste and specific furniture that's going to be put in that home.
Right.
But if you don't, but he goes, so that's 2x, right? You're not gonna no disrespect, but the book says you're not gonna shop at Marlowe. Okay. You're not gonna be or Ashley's. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just paraphrasing
Yeah.
the book, paraquoting the book. So what happens is your focus has got to be very specific. So in recruiting, one of the things that I think is making an adjustment, like Trayvon, right? Trayvon is a married couple, right? Instead of a single guy like Jamari. But what impressed me about Jamari is his maturity level. And so I told Jay this morning, I'm like, one of the things is you can't put people on the same block. Okay. Everybody's different. Everybody's ready. Like Lynette, by the way, remind me, I got to call commissions. Okay, Kyla. Lynette is somebody like, boom. Yep. Accountability. Yes, coach. Yep. Blah, 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 blah. But then somebody else, I won't mention names because they're here, but somebody else, we have to go a little slower. So let me explain, Matt, and then I'm gonna have these guys talk about prospecting and stuff like that. So number one, guys, the purpose of recruiting somebody is the first question that my coach, Frank, said to me is, can I turn this recruit into a district?
Hmm.
The health of your business is determined, not can I take this recruit on 5 or 6 sales and then show nothing for it and I got nobody else, then I got to go recruit somebody else. You with me? And so that's important. That can I turn this person into a district? If not, we'll put him in the project section. Go get your license. Go read POL as much as you can, right? And I'm working with this other direct that I'm really excited about. Jose Christian loves him. He's a sharp guy, but he has a business, so it's harder to work with him, right? So that's number one. So when I sit in an interview, guys, I haven't I tweak things. I don't change things just because it's the flavor of the month. Okay. So when I sit with somebody, Matt, and I open up a conversation, and let's say Kyla introduced you to the business. Okay. I'm not gonna go through the whole interview, but I'm just gonna say what I say in the opening. This is the one adjustment I made.
Okay.
Hey, first of all, Matt, where you from?
From Colorado.
Okay, so Kyle and Jay will tell you, I'm always taking notes, and I know everybody. And the last note I got here is a guy named Deshaun from Virginia, Fairfax, contract service tech, cybersecurity, working on his master's, 34 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So from Colorado, what do you do right now, Matt?
I'm in the legal industry.
Legal. So you're paralegal? Are you a lawyer?
No, I just do consulting for law firms in the cybersecurity world
Oh, okay. Cybersecurity. Fantastic. And how long you been doing that?
for like a little over 15 years.
15 years. You must love it, huh?
Uh, it pays the bills.
Pays the bills. Okay. So let me ask you a question. When Kyla reached out to you, what attracted you to come and sit in our call today? That's another question that we added on there. What
Uh,
attracted you to come on the call today?
the just the idea of replacing my income, working remote. I travel like an hour and a half each way to work, so I'm sick of the commute
Oh,
with the kids time.
jeez. So you're not spending a whole lot of time with the kids because of that.
That's right.
Fantastic. Well, so let's fast forward.
Yeah.
This is the one part that I added. Listen, right now what we're doing is we're looking our agency is looking to expand. So we're looking for some folks that are interested in making an extra $1,000 or $2,000 a month part-time, anywhere between 10 to 12 hours a week without interrupting what you're currently doing.
Mm-hmm.
Could an extra $1,000, $2,000 a month help?
Absolutely.
Now, listen, we're in the financial services industry, and most people that I meet, like yourself, in the legal business, cybersecurity, consulting, um, have no previous experience in the financial world. Can I assume that you have no
No.
experience in the
Yeah,
financial?
I don't
Okay,
have any either.
fantastic. The great news is we train people from the most basic entry level to the most advanced entry level. Again, working around your schedule anywhere from 10 to 12 hours a week. If we're willing to teach you that, would you at least consider investing in anywhere from 10 to 12 hours a week?
For sure.
All right. At the same time, the way our training program work, we do require licenses for most of our financial products, but there are some that you can make money as you get trained. So you can get paid on training and at the same time accumulate a bonus. Um, the only requirements are two things. Well, I say three. Frank only says one, but I have three. Number one, you have to be at least a permanent resident. Look, Kyla and I, we did an interview the other day. Just by the last name, I had to ask,
Mm-hmm.
are you a resident, permanent resident, citizen? No, I'm on a student visa. Can't
Sorry.
help you. Number two, uh, what was it? How old are you? Because you look young. 17. I can't even talk to you from this point on. If you want to come back when you turn 18 and you have your residency, maybe. Okay. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just not going to waste your time and
Qualifying.
mine.
No reason to waste your time.
Qualifying. No reason to waste your time. So now let's say you and Kyla were Kyla recommended you because you're her friend. Like
Okay.
Nia, right? Nia was somebody Kyla went to high school with.
Naya. Yep.
Nia. I said, okay, listen, after we're done, any doubts or concerns, Kyla is going to be able to answer all those questions. Fair enough?
Yep.
Okay. So what I've set the stage,
Wait, but you only did two. Permanent resident, 18, and
no felonies in your background.
oh, okay. No, I'm
You
good
actually
there.
have four because you asked them about their job. There's no conflicting.
Oh yeah, no conflict of interest in terms of jobs, what you do. And we get some of those that
Yeah.
we got one a couple of weeks ago where we couldn't hire her on. It was going to be a conflict of interest. I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste mine.
Yep.
So
Good.
when you spend time with somebody, if you don't want to waste 45 minutes of your time, folks, you got to ask these questions up front.
That's
You
right.
can't be embarrassed to say, hey, Matt, what's your status here? I know it says Matthew Johnson, but he can be from Ireland.
When you ask the questions after you ask them, they're easier to ask too, because it feels scary in the beginning just to be like, "Hey, I just met you. Do you have any felonies?" But once you do,
No,
it feels better.
no, the way I do it is these are the requirements to be able to work with us.
But what I'm saying is, it feels like if you're new and you're just asking these for the first time, it kind of feels a little bit
Uncomfortable.
scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, but once you do it and you ask them, it's just like speaking to someone in public. It's not really that hard once you do it, but just
It's not that hard
the
at
thought of
all.
it is scary.
Right.
And Matt, let me tell you one of the things that we stack to our favor. Okay, when we stack to our favor is um, you got to develop that confidence. Like I'm the man. Okay, I'm the
Mhm.
man. I'm the woman. You're not doing me a favor. I'm doing you a favor. That's the
Absolutely.
attitude that we have. I'm doing you a favor. You have no idea. My attitude. I don't say this to them, but my attitude is Matt knew what I knew. He would if he knew what I do, he would do what I do. That's
Right.
my attitude.
Yep.
So now I'll give you a true story. I know Christian didn't want to hear it, but we don't play around, Matt. The other day, who was it? Jamari had somebody on that he met, and this guy completely disrespected me, which by the way has never happened. Jay, you've never seen anybody disrespect me like that, right? Ever.
I'm pissed off. I wasn't on for real.
And then Kyla and Dominique were on. And it was like, all right, man, listen, just I couldn't do it because I was in my father's house and I couldn't figure out how to freaking bump him off, right? We have protocols for that. But Ida, this guy called me an old man. Well, can't believe I wasted my 30 minutes of my time. And Kyla, what was your reaction and Dominique's reaction?
Like, it was just like, who are you talking to? Like, calling our coach an old man. Like, I call him old man. You don't call him old man. It's not okay. Like we were on him, and that never happens. And it's so crazy because he just when he first got on the call, he just kept saying like, "Oh, this was brought to me like a job," and it wasn't. So he was already one lying, and then he was just trying to like contradict everything that Ace was saying. Just being so he was so young and just so naive,
He
and
knew everything.
and then Ace was just like, "Man, you're a kid. It's okay. Like you gotta experience life more." And he's like, "You're an old man," and we're like, "Whoa, hold up." Who are you talking to? Don't mess with our
That,
folks like that.
That's
you ever seen those movies where the girl the black girl goes, oh wait, hold on a second. Dama took off her earrings and Dama dropped every F-bomb word possible on this young cat. Then he turned red and then he called back and apologized to
Yep, he
Jamari.
texted Jamori
Yeah,
apology.
we don't mess around. Hey, listen, you're a clown. Hop off, bro. We don't want to waste time here.
I
Hop
think what
off.
you said, Ace, about if you knew, then you would be dying for this opportunity. Essentially, that Christian said yet last night, he was like, what are you guys going to talk about tomorrow? And I'm like, well, let's talk about the $49 IBA. And Christian was like, let's never talk about a $49 IBA because it diminishes our business. I think we should raise the prices as an incentive to make them $199. And, in thinking about that, it's actually really true. It's like, this is a chance to change your whole life. Like you can literally become $1 million earner.
Right. That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
also hold on, when they said felony, people drop off themselves.
that's right.
Sometimes,
Yeah,
yeah, they drop off themselves.
Yep.
yeah.
I
They
just think that the if you knew what I knew, what that is a chance to own a company for $49 right now, right? You can make $8 million a year, right? Willie Naranjo. You can pass this on to your multiple generations down. You can change your whole family tree forever. And like you're gonna tell me that you're mad because it's not a job. Bye.
Yeah, it's all on your delivery and your attitude. And so those are the changes that we've made, Matt. Here's what we do. After that, I'll say, okay, Matt. So first question, are you in a position right now where you're not going to be disturbed for the next 20, 25 minutes?
Yep.
Okay. The reason why I asked that is because, COVID was good to us because we were able to create a short webinar that goes from A to Z. It's going to be a lot of information, a little bit of time. So if you look away for a minute, you might have lost 20 minutes worth of information. Okay.
Yep.
So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this short webinar with you. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to explain two more points. I'm going to ask you, do I still have your interest? Okay. From there, explain to my point, and then let's go blah, 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 fast forward. Then I go, okay, Matt, which path do you pick? Oh, I picked two. Everybody picks two, even though I write it down still. Path two. Okay. What do you pick, Mary? I pick path three. Okay. So let me explain path two, path three. Then I go over the structure and I ask this question. I think is it a very important question, Matt? I'm going to ask you a question just to kind of summarize, even though you picked path two, which by the way, everybody starts at path two because you need a license. So, Matt, if I were going to explain everything we do, okay, I'm going to explain by asking you this one question.
Okay.
What online company is the most successful online company on the planet?
Google.
Amazon.
No. Oh, wait, hang on a second. And that was my mistake. Where you can order something today and tomorrow is at your doorstep.
Amazon.
Amazon, right. So I asked that specific question. Now, tell me, why is that? Why is Amazon so successful?
Because you can get anything you want in an instant.
Everything is under the umbrella.
Everything's on the breast. So my question to you is, what do they build? What do they create? What do they manufacture?
Nothing.
Nothing. So why are they so successful?
Because they can deliver everything. They sell everything, but they
Okay.
don't create anything.
Let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and answer that. They have a platform.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I'll say, sometimes I will, but have you ever seen Shark Tank?
Yep.
Yes.
What are the three questions they ask? What does it cost? Right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you sell it for? And what platform are you using?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the three questions they ask. That's why I love Shark Tank. What
Mm-hmm.
platform are you using? Walmart, QVC, Amazon. When it comes to financial services, let me show you our platform. And then I'll show them the big thing. And then I explain and sell the crap out of the licenses, how they're so lucky to get those licenses.
Mhm.
Okay. So,
Mhm.
having said that, Matt, what we're going to do is I'm going to shift it over. I think this is important because Jay and Damo and and Kyla have been doing such a great job putting people in front of us every day. Kyla told me yesterday, my goal is to always, no matter what my team does, I need to bring three new direction, right? So, Jay, Damo, Kyla, talk to us a little bit about your prospecting methodology that you're doing. Because again, listen, we did 20 recruits last month. There's some always IBAs that bounce. We got 16 this month. So that's 36 recruits that we recruited through this system. And we're not changing. I'm not looking left. I'm not looking right. I don't care who makes 100,000, who makes 10,000. We got our plan, and it's to promote RVPs from recruiting and training and developing successful team leaders. So Kyla, talk a little bit about what you've been doing with your team and prospecting, and then Jane Damo, you can close us out with what you and Damo are doing.
Sure. So what I've been doing really is I've been connecting with my team. So I make phone calls. I text my team, all the time, but I'm also calling them, asking them what's their activity for today. Do they have any questions, concerns? Is there anything that I can help them with? And what are you doing today? Right? We have today. I can't worry about tomorrow because we might not be here tomorrow. Right. So what are we doing today? Who are you sitting down today? Who are you following up with today? What about this person? Remember when we sat down with this person? Let's get back with this person. What about this person? So, I'm always in their ear about different ways to communicate with the people that we've already sat down with, but also new ideas on how to find new people. With my team, I let them know, like, hey, you're fighting for district right now. So you need to focus on helping 2 to 3 families, right? And bringing on 3 new directs. And that's going to happen through activity. What is your activity, right? Who do we have in the pipeline? Who are you training right now? Who's on your team? If you have a team, what are they doing? And I'm going to reach out to your team as well. So today is Thursdays. I usually make my calls Mondays and Thursdays, the beginning of the week, and then right before the weekend, right? We have training on Thursday. So I love connecting with my team because I want to make sure they're on our personal training, our co-op training that we do tonight. Make sure that they're on because that is a more intimate training. And then we have, just like we're doing on Saturdays now, we have unlicensed and licensed. We're breaking them out. Our licenses are working on role playing. They're working on how to set appointments, how to prospect, going through the fundamentals with our licenses, how to do the recruiting interview when Ace puts us in that breakout room. We need them to be ready. We can't sit in the breakout room with you forever. So we're getting them prepared, at least being ready to sit in the breakout room when Ace is done. Because if all of us can be in a separate breakout room instead of me being on the breakout room with my trainer, my trainee, Jay and Damo being in the breakout room with our trainees, you guys are licensed. Y'all should be able to do this by yourself. So our focus is getting them prepared for when we have to separate ourselves in different rooms and be available to get our new teammates started. Everybody needs to know how to take an IBA. It shouldn't take 30 minutes. It should take 15 minutes with some conversation, right? So just setting that expectation for our team and also setting the expectation of what we're looking for when we're prospecting. We're not looking for people who are on social media drinking and smoking and showing guns and partying all the time. Don't reach out to those type of people. I'm looking for moms. I'm looking for hardworking men. I'm looking for families. I'm looking for people who post that they're reading books and, taking their kids places. I'm looking for people who are worried about their future. Because if you're doing all that crazy stuff on social media, you're not worried about your future. So unfortunately, this is not the right time for you. And I'm not wasting my time. I wasted a lot of time in this business working with people that were not ready. And so the shift that I've made is when we're in the interview and we go into that breakout room, I'm getting straight down to business, right? We always want to form them again. Oh, you're from Maryland. You know, Ace already asked these questions, but I just want to get some conversation going. Oh, you're from Maryland. You're a teacher. Awesome. What do you like to do when you're not teaching? Right. So now they're talking a little bit about themselves. Awesome. What motivates you? You know, what gets you out of bed in the morning? You know, and then I ask them, you know, do they have any questions for me? Most of the time they don't, because the video is very self-explanatory. So it breaks down everything very well, but I'm breaking it down one more time. So in the video, and Ace kind of touched on it too with the licenses, there's a $99 and a $25. I'm going to just break that down one more time what that goes to, right? 39 of that goes towards your background check in whatever state you're in. And the rest of that 60 is going to go towards your licensing material. If they know how to do math, bam, they did it right there. That's 99. And then the 25 is a subscription. That's for you to run your business. Have you ever tried to run a business on your own? Some people say no, some people say yes. But if they say yes, how much did it cost you to run your business? If they say no, hey, it can cost you up to $6,000 a year to run your business. And for us, it's only $200 a year. So you see how much cost we take off of you? Yeah, exactly. Awesome. So if you don't have any questions for me, I got some questions for you, because you guys can't forget, this is an interview. Like, yeah, we did a business overview. We talked about the business. Now you know the licenses, the companies that we represent. But at the end of the day, we are interviewing these people to bring onto our team. So the first question that I asked them is what are some quality traits that you feel like you would bring to this team? Right? Is this person valuable? Are they going to be a hard worker? Are they going to be a team player? Are they going to be coachable? Those are the questions that I need to hear from. I want to hear what they have to say. If someone can't tell me what quality traits they're going to bring to the team, that may not be the best person for us. You know, if they don't have anything to bring to our team, what are they going to do? They're going to stress us out. We're going to be calling them, trying to find them, begging them to get licensed. I don't have time for that. Ace just told you that you have to impress me before we get into this breakout room. That's what Ace says. Like, now that we've impressed you, now you have to impress Kyla. Now you have to impress Jay. Now you have to impress Dama. And when he says that, like, it triggers us. You know, me and Dama were just talking about that last night. Like, I love when he says that, because yes, you do have to impress me. Because at the end of the day, Jamori will tell you, we had a guy on the call and he was just like running his mouth. And I was like, Jamori, I'm going to let you know, I don't know about him, but this is up to you, because he's going to be on your team. And I said that right in front of him.
That's awesome. Can I say something, Kyla?
Yeah.
One time, I think it's Hector that said it. I don't know where it came from, but easy to recruit people are hard to build a business with. But
Absolutely.
hard to recruit people are easy to build a business with. So
I want somebody by the time that Ace is done and we get in the breakout room, I want somebody who's drooling to get on this team. Right. I want them to be telling me everything. Oh, I'm such a hard worker. I'm coachable. I'm good with people. I'm a fast learner. Like, I want somebody that's like begging me to be on this team, because you guys don't understand the opportunity that we have here. It's bigger than hitting numbers. It's bigger than breaking records. We are changing lives. And what we do is so powerful and it's so meaningful. If you don't feel chills when you're talking about it, you're not a crusader. I need crusaders. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for people who have been screwed over with IULs. I'm looking for people whose families have been screwed over with IULs. Like Lynette, she's on my team. Go get her. She had an IUL. It didn't do anything for her. So before she even came in this company, she hated it. That's my girl. Like, those are the type of people that I'm looking for. After I ask them for quality traits, I'm going straight into the income. How much money are you trying to make out of this in a month? What's your ideal monthly income? And how many hours do you have towards reaching that goal? Right. So if somebody says they want to make $1,000 a month, most people say 40 hours to me, and it makes me laugh, because I'm like, okay, cool, right? You're not really going to put 40 hours in, but we'll see. Right. So I tell them, like, hey, listen, if we can get you fully licensed and fully trained, making an extra $1,000 a month in 40 hours, sure, we may only need 10, right? They're like, oh, I could do that, right? Is there any reason why you wouldn't see if you can qualify to work with us today? Right? Today. And if they say no, there's not any reason, awesome. We're going to go ahead and submit your application. That's going to include the 99 and the 25. Is that okay with you? That gives them the opportunity to say, yes, that's okay. Let's pull up, I share my screen, or no, I don't have the money. Guess what? If you don't have the money, I'm asking you, when are you going to have the money? Because if you tell me you're going to have the money in the next three to 4 days, I'm taking it still. And we're going to take a bank account and routing, And I'm gonna let them know in 1 to 2 business days that 25 is gonna come out. And then 3 to 4 business days that 99 is gonna come out. So make sure the money's in there. We're gonna go ahead and get your orientation set up. We're gonna get you started. We're gonna get you set up for class, and we're gonna get you off to what we like to call a fast start. And then that's it.
And Matt, I know Jay is going to put his input too, but I want to tell you, you see what I mean? There's no sugar coating it.
Love
That's what
it.
I'm talking about. And
Straightforward and perfect.
as straightforward. Listen, and it's like we try to play around with overcoming these objections, that kind of stuff. You don't have to come over objection if you haven't. Like, shoot,
Yep.
Kyla, take my IBA. Like
And it's
that's how I feel right now.
duplicatable. You know, it's
Yeah.
duplicatable. So my team
That's
can
what
sit
I was
down
gonna
with
say.
me in a breakout room and listen to me do the recruiting interview, and they can write down those questions because I asked the same 4 questions. And after I ask you those 4 questions, after what Ace has done, if you're still trying to think about it, you're not the person for me.
Yeah.
And then let me
Keep it
say one
moving.
last thing. Let me say one last thing, Matt. I don't take any credit for any of this stuff. They're the ones prospecting. I'm presenting. They're the ones closing. It would be different if I was the one presenting and closing. Makes sense? So these guys are professionals. They're well trained. They know how to close. They know how to ask the questions, and they know how to move forward. And that's the part of maturity we got to do. So, Jay, I know you and Damo, because Christians always ask me. I'm like, so who does the business, Jay or Damo? I'm like, both, bruh. What's wrong with you? I said, you think I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Anita? You think Jay would be here if it wasn't for Damo? I said, it's a situation where there's a dynamic right there with that team. Jay's the good cop, Donald's the bad cop. Anita's the bad cop too, and I'm the good cop. But listen, that's what we need, guys. We need to understand that if you went to an interview and oh, like you're trying to beg, here's my resume. I want people to treat me like that. Even though this is an opportunity, not a job. However, I'm going to treat it like a job. Okay. So, Jay, go ahead, boss.
Yeah, I mean, Kyla is a straight beast. We're thankful to have a leader like Kyla. And right now we've been working this system, coach. What has it been? A little over a year now where we've been doing the 12 and the 6.
Yep.
So it's like, man, you gotta, I heard this one RVP, he said, you gotta flip through the jokers to find your kings and queens. And
That's
there's been
awesome.
plenty of times where we get a lot of people, we've been getting a lot of people on these overviews, and sometimes it's like, damn, man, is there anyone out there who can see what we can see, man? Is there anyone out there who feels like we feel? And you got to continue to push through until you find people who do. And when you find people like Kyle, you find people like Jamori, like Trayvon, like our girl Nay on here. It's like, man, when you see people like that, it's like it gives you a sense of relief. Like, wow, like, all right, this gives me hope. Like this is gonna work out, But as far as capitalizing on the system, like Kyla said, when we get a new teammate on here, like we're telling them the same thing. When we get the orientation done, when we get that list and we're qualifying that list, who are the 3 pointers and below, 2 and below, and these are the ones who we're gonna get on the overview with coach. Like, why would we set all these up one-on-one, when when we can utilize our time so much more? So we can get teammates on with Ace. One of us is on with Ace. Another one is on with our other teammates running field training appointments. So it's like you see what's about to happen now. And then now, once our new teammates are on watching coach go through the whole overview, the more times they watch it, what's going to start happening, y'all?
That's right.
Oh, snap. Coach asked the same damn question every time. This is easy. I think I can kind of do this on my own now.
I run some of them for him now.
Exactly. So it's
That's
like
right.
when we're growing right now, when we grow our leadership, like once we get to the point where we can get 10 people where they can feel competent and confident and they don't need us on there. Imagine when we got 10 people on there inviting themselves personally, inviting for their teammates. And now we got 10 people on who are able to collect IBAs after an overview.
That's huge.
That's big base shot mentality.
Right.
That's how they get it done. 5 to 10 IBAs hitting the system at once. That's how you're gonna find your superstars, those people, those princes, those guys who want to do something special. You
You know
know,
what,
so it's
Jay,
like,
and shout out to you and Dominique because you're working on a whole new leg with Shanice, Noel, those guys,
yeah,
and
Dominique.
Noel the other day, and I had to, I don't know if she's on or not, but I had to like be super patient, right? Because she's brand new, right? I'm like, okay, let me stay on and listen, right? And she actually took the IBA from start to finish on her own, even though I'm like. Oh, I would have been done like 15 minutes ago, right? But then I tell myself, hey, she's brand new, right?
Yeah.
She's brand new. Be patient, Ace, relax. And I don't know if she's on or not because I can't see anybody else. But Noelle, I'm so proud of you. This girl always has somebody else. She had a pastor. Jay, you're about to build another
And
ten
she
thousand
always
dollar.
has her camera on. So shout out to her. Like
Always.
always has her.
Shout out to her.
She
She's
worked two
always talking to
jobs too.
people. She's very coachable. Very coachable.
Yeah, and not only that, Jay. I know we ran a few minutes over, but I think this is important. The world, quote unquote, is going to hell, right? All of that. It's been going like that since I've been in the business for 26 years. I went through the dot coms. I went through the 2007 meltdown crisis, right, where the market lost almost 50% of its value, all that stuff. But you know what? Didn't you know what happens, Matt, when things go bad, we get better. When things go good, we get gooder, right? We get gooder and gooder. I got homeschool, so
Yeah.
don't judge me. So the point, guys, you can on spotlight us,
And I just
so
want
we
to
can
shout
close.
out
Go
to,
ahead, go
I
ahead,
want
go
to
ahead,
give
go
a,
ahead.
I just want to, I just last point, I just want to give a shout out to my wife because, behind the closed doors, like I see what she's doing with the ladies, like these group chats she's in, like she's controlling the point of contact with every single one of these ladies. And then after every single phone call, every appointment, she's debriefing with these ladies, like, hey, what did you see? Like, what's going on here? Like she's walking them through the process of what her mindset is and what her focus is. So now she's starting to, train these ladies, man. And like when you see these ladies are starting to catch on and now they're starting to take ownership and step up and be leaders, it's truly an amazing feeling. But she's on the phone nonstop. Like these ladies are always on the phone with her. They're laughing, they talking crap. It's like, man, like this is what it's supposed to look like, man. And I just want to shout her out, man. I'm
No,
so
listen, and listen, it's funny as heck that you say that because Christian's like, where's Damo? How come she's never on the computer? I'm like, bro, Dama's always on the phone. Leave her ass alone. She's on the phone. She's working. She's doing what she's got to do, bro. You
yeah.
don't see Anita. Anita right now is on the office right now on the phone, right? Like our spouses are the ones that are like making us look good, Prince. You know what I'm saying? It's like our and listen, shout out to listen, I just made a phone call today that I'm very excited about. You ready, Matt?
Yep.
I called Jay. I said, Jay, we got a 3 or 4 month plan for you to go RVP. We need to talk real business,
Awesome, man.
secretaries, office, rent, all this stuff, replacement, all this stuff. Because you're right now making a move that you oh shoot, I can see this. I can see it happen, right? So I just want to send a shout out to them. And listen, for the rest of our leaders that are on this call, you got to say, how do I condense how do I collapse time frames? It's recruiting. Okay. That's great. Listen, guys, it's great that and Jay, listen, Jay knows, listen, Jay, you can tell Hector. I told him, you don't want to work all this hard to go out, leave a replacement, and then start all over again. Hell no. You want to go in and you want to cash in as quickly as possible. Because when
Yeah.
Jay goes RVP, guys, listen, hey, listen, if you want to hop off, hop off. Okay. I'm being Christian today. One of the things that Frank said, if you go out RVP, you don't have a securities license, guess what happens? You leave $20,000 on the table
We don't
for
want to do
you
that.
and the RVP.
We don't want
Imagine,
to do
hey, congratulations. Here's a plaque, but here's $20,000. Okay. That's number one. Number two, every district that you promote, that the very next month, you have 30 days.
They qualify.
They do 3 by 2,500. You get stock from the company. Frank is talking. Frank has. He said he has like 10,000 shares from Primerica. Multiply that by $269 a share. He goes, because my guys are always focused on regionals. When regionals go out and they become regionals, great, you got the title, awesome. But you didn't do 7 by 7,500. You don't get the what is it, $1,500 of stock. So guys, we got to start thinking business. We got to thinking business, right? And so I'm blessed, guys. I don't know why, but I'm blessed. I know why, because I'm favored. I'm highly favored.
Course.
I'm God's
Amen.
favorite.
Highly
I'm God's favorite, man. Leave me alone. I'm God's favorite. Okay.
favored.
But I want to share this with you. Okay. And I'll close with this, Matt. I think you guys are gonna get a kick out of this. This is me sending Damo a text message. I'm like, oh God, what is going on here, right? And that's called you. Can you guys see Jim Carrey? Right? It's like, it's okay. It's okay. I gotta practice my own advice. So listen, guys, does anybody have any questions? Because I'm done.